So it's very common for clubs to be focused on their next 12 months. And really what they should be considering is, how does that 12 months affect the next 5 years? I think it's appropriate to have a 12-month plan is better than no plan. But I think a perfect anecdote is, if you stand on the tee box, you want to understand the layout of the entire hole. You want to know where you want your drive to land. And so if you're just focused on the drive as 12 months, you're not taking into account where's the perfect approach to the green, where's my next shot, and really that's what we hope clubs will take on board, that what they do for the next 12 months is going to affect the next 24 months, the next 5 years. And so it's better that they plan for 12 months in the context of 5 or 10 years. Where do you start a strategic planning process? For us, you start with intelligence. You start with data. So we always point our clients to making informed decisions based on facts. And so our starting point with clients, we encourage all of our clients to focus on gathering all of the information they need from inside the club, from outside the club. So when it comes to making these critical planning decisions, they're fully informed and they have a wide breadth of information to hand in order to make a really smart and intelligent plan. Strategic planning is quite an undertaking, and the implementation of it is quite an undertaking. So if a club is going to go through all those efforts, it makes sense for it to be a smart, informed, well thought out, considered plan. So a good example of a course that undertook a strategic planning process with us recently was one whereby they had a major decision to make in relation to their golf course. This was a top 100 golf course with which a proportion of the members were eager to see improvements, enhancements made to the golf course. Another significant portion of the membership were very reluctant to see those changes made. So it started with one specific challenge. What they realized very quickly was their golf course, whatever changes they didn't make, needed to be made in the context of what the future of the club was going to be. They, on one side, recognized that the long-term ambition was to grow a greater family participation at the club, and as such, renovations to the golf course should be made and take into account their ambitions to grow family golf. And so, having started with a focus just on a golf course capital project, actually what they undertook was a very fundamental review of what the club's ambitions were for the next 10 years. And as such, they reached a conclusion on the golf course which was roundly supported by the members, because they appreciated that the decision that was being made on the golf course was in the context of an overall plan, of a long-term view for the club that all of the membership had contributed to and supported. And so in that context, the club and the board was able to proceed with the work that they needed to do with the support of the membership as a whole. So having a long-term plan significantly improves the chances of your short-term plan being effective, being focused. And I always encourage clubs to consider the challenge they face with continuity or consistency of tenure in a club. With the regular turnover of board members, and in some instances of general managers, it's very difficult to get consistency in even their annual planning, and to avoid one plan or one 12-month plan being thrown off course the following year with another board's plan. Having planning that in the context of 5 years or 10 years helps with continuity, it helps with consistency. So I would always say to a club, 12-month plan is better than no plan, but it's far wiser to have that in the context of a longer term view, because it means those coming behind you can pick up the reins and advance and make sure that the plan that comes behind it is consistent, and they're all aimed at achieving a longer term goal.